Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to share today's video with you because I really could have used this when I first moved here. This is my handy dandy guide to moving to Los Angeles. This is going to be a two-part series. Today's video is going to be more about the neighborhoods in LA and where are the most central convenient places to live. And next week's video is going to be more about finding an apartment and finding a roommate and all that good stuff. I would highly advise that you take a trip to LA for the weekend, drive around, get a feel for what places you like and what places you don't like, so that when you land here with all your stuff, you're not just like, in a mad scramble to figure out what suits you best. So yeah, if you have the time and the means to get out here ahead of time, do it. And like I always say, I would love to hear from you guys in the comment section. I have only moved to LA. That's all my experience. So if you have moved to another city like New York or Atlanta or somewhere else that there's a lot of production going on that actors might want to move to, please make sure you put down below any websites that you can share or any tips that you have for those cities. Okay, come on, let's get started. So when I was doing my research for this video, like I always do for you guys, the first thing I wrote down that I really wanted to make sure that you knew is that you need a car. LA, our public transportation systems are not so good. They're improving. They're getting better every year. They're adding a lot more options and all that. But so yes, I was going to say that you guys must have a car. But then I talked to my friend Christina, and Christina does not have a car. She takes Uber everywhere she goes. I asked Christina what she spends in an entire month on Ubering around the entire city every day. Never more than $250 a month. $250 a month! You guys, that is less than half of what I spend on my car payment, my insurance, my gas, and my parking around the city. And you should probably account for some parking tickets in there as well. I guess if you have kids, you need car seats. That might be inconvenient, although I think you can get an Uber with car seats. I'm not really positive, don't quote me on that. And yes, it is more convenient to have your own car with you whenever you need it, but it is definitely something to consider, you guys. Okay, I really want to address the areas not to live. When you don't live in LA yet, you hear about these cities and maybe you're looking online and they seem really close and they seem less expensive. They are, and you think, oh, maybe that would be a good place to live. No! In traffic, these places are really just not convenient. So these places that I'm talking about are Glendale, Calabasas, Sylmar, Pacific Palisades in Malibu, Westchester, which is near LAX, and that sounds like it's really convenient, but it's not. Same goes for like Manhattan Beach and Hermosa Beach. Those seem like they're really close and they're really cool beach cities, and they are really beautiful, cool beach cities, but just not very close and not very convenient for actors. Long Beach, Woodland Hills, downtown LA. Downtown LA is awesome and it's getting better and better. They're improving it so much and putting so much money into it and making it such a special place and bringing it back to what it used to be. But downtown LA is still kind of on the outskirts. It's becoming really hip, a really popular place to live, but just not as central as downtown LA might sound. So yeah, those are just a few cities that come to mind that you probably want to avoid. The good thing is once you've lived here for a little while, and if you're using Waze and you're using Google Maps, there's a lot of little shortcuts you can take through the city that will avoid that traffic altogether. Hey 6th Street, hey Fountain, I see you guys. But yeah, navigation is everything. When I had auditions, I used to have to print out directions from MapQuest. MapQuest. If you don't know what MapQuest is about as old as a rotary telephone. But I would have my printed out directions. It would always take up like 3 pages because there would be ads all over it and everything. And I would have it stapled together and all the major turns would be like circled and highlighted. And I would still call my manager every time and be like, I'm lost, can you tell him I'm going to be 15 minutes late? I don't know where I am. It was a disaster. Be grateful for your navigation. And when you first move to LA, it seems so huge and overwhelming. The truth is, Santa Monica is only 16 miles from downtown LA, and you'll learn that Santa Monica and downtown LA are like the ends of the earth in LA. And they're only 16 miles apart, but it really seems so huge and so crazy, but really like everything is manageable once you get used to it. So now I'm going to talk about what you probably clicked on this video for in the first place, which is what are the best places to live, what neighborhoods are the most central and near casting offices and studios and all that. So here we go. So there's one city in LA that sounds like it's where all the studios are. Studio City. It's actually not. There's one, maybe 2 studios in Studio City, but Studio City itself still is a very central place. You can get to most parts of LA if there's no traffic from Studio City within 20 minutes. It's a really nice area, very safe, and like I said, there are a couple studios there and a lot of auditions there, so it's a great option for you. And then there's Burbank. Burbank is where the Warner Brothers studio lot is, and it's also very close to Universal City, which is where the Universal Studio lot is, and a lot of auditions are there. So Burbank is really convenient as well. It's a very family-oriented city, very mellow, very pretty. It is kind of on like the northeast part of LA, not really central, but still a really nice place to live. Studio City and Burbank are both part of the Valley, the San Fernando Valley. But if you're looking at the Valley, also make sure you look at Sherman Oaks. Sherman Oaks is a really nice area too, and it's very close to both the 405 and the 101 freeways, which can take you anywhere in LA. And everything is a little bit cheaper in the Valley, and there's always parking everywhere you go. Big plus. So then we have the parts of LA that are really in the center of LA. Like when you think of mid-city, that is like the Wilshire La Brea area. Also Hollywood is part of that. Hancock Park and Larchmont Village. The Fairfax district. Those are all parts of mid-city, and that is super central. I mean, if this is LA, mid-city is like really the center portion. Super convenient. A lot of studios, casting offices, agencies, management offices, all kinds of stuff happening in mid-city. And that's where like most of the nightlife and restaurants and all that is. You can walk to most places. It's a very popular area. Pretty expensive, but you know, YOLO. Oh, but I have to add, Hollywood. There are some great parts of Hollywood, but whatever comes up in your mind when you picture Hollywood, if you've never been there before, there are some really gritty parts of Hollywood. So when you're looking at apartments online and you see Hollywood, just do your research and make sure that it is in a safe neighborhood. Also close to those areas that I just mentioned is West Hollywood. Super snazzy, super expensive, super central. It's really nice there. There's a lot of nightlife if that's your thing. You won't be able to park to save your life, so good luck with that. But West Hollywood, really awesome. The popular trendy place to live in LA right now, especially for actors, like you'll find an actor everywhere you turn, is near Beachwood Canyon, Los Feliz, I don't know, Silverlake. All those little areas over there are super, super hip. Lots of vintage shops, lots of good food. It's a really cool area, so check that out. And then lastly, there's the west side. West LA, Brentwood, Venice, Santa Monica. Really lovely areas, chill AF. It is expansive. Like, West LA is expensive. There are some little nooks like Palms that are a little less expensive, but generally the closer to the beach you are, the more expensive it is. But there are industry things happening in Santa Monica. There's a lot of casting offices there and agencies over there. So if you do choose to live on the west side, yeah, it might be hard for you to get to a lot of other places in the city, but there are things happening there as well. It never fails. When I get an audition on a Friday at like 4:30, it is always in Santa Monica, and it takes me like an hour and a half to get there, and then I do the audition, and then it takes like 2 hours to get back in rush hour traffic. It's insane. So on those days, I am very jealous of the people who live in Santa Monica. So that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it was helpful to you. Make sure you tune in next week for the second part of this series. And of course, once that video is done, I will link it down below in the description box for you. And I'm gonna list all these cities and information in the description box as well. Please don't forget to like this video and share the channel and subscribe to it. And I will see you next time. Bye.